Just to set the table again, we're watching the DSA, Democratic Socialists of America, have their convention. I believe this might be one of the first times they've ever live streamed the whole thing. I believe they got a little embarrassed about it because they took down the majority of videos after being teased relentlessly about it. And I put together a supercut of the numerous live streams of theirs that I downloaded. Now, I couldn't get them all because some of them they just pulled down immediately, but I got a good amount. And I put together a little collection to give you an idea of what it's like when you're hanging out with the socialists slash communists slash spoiled white suburbanites who like to LARP as they talk about fighting the power. So let's cue that up and let's take a look at the DSA Convention 2019.
Privilege, quick point of personal privilege.
Yes.
Guys, first of all, James Jackson, Sacramento, he, him. I just want to say, can we please keep the chatter to a minimum? I'm one of the people who's very, very prone to sensory overload. There's a lot of whispering and chatter going on. It's making it very difficult for me to focus. Please, can we just, I know we're all fresh and ready to go, but can we please just keep the chatter to a minimum? It's affecting my ability to focus. Thank you.
You know, we've reached a point in society where you can go up to a mic and say something like that and be a functional adult. Be a functional adult and pull some shit like that out of your ass and people will actually oblige you. Oh, I can't focus if it's noisy. Really, asshole? Nobody can. If there's a lot of shit going on, yeah, it makes it hard to focus on things. That's not a disability. That's being human. You're in a convention hall with 1,000 people. Don't try to get them to be quiet by selling them a load of bullshit that you're disabled because of it. But you'll see that this is part of the invisible disabilities. Again, I don't really have a working definition for that from these people. But there are a lot of, and this is according to them, invisible disabilities they all struggle with. And you'll see how serious that is as we proceed.
Thank you, comrade. Okay, is there a speaker against name, chapter, pronouns?
Point of personal privilege.
Yes.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
You could actually hear the fat, and you didn't even have to see him. Did you hear that? Like it was like a half huff, half snort after he said that. Point of personal privilege. I smoke a carton a day. My lungs are shit. You can hear death coming out of my throat, and I still breathe better than that motherfucker. He gets up there and acts like a sped. Oh, this is gonna get me that communist pussy. Leftist liberal girls love a man that stands up for anti-gendered language. He gets up there all huffy. And you know what I also love about this entire convention, and I'm not spoiling anything too much with this, they don't like clapping because it's ableist and it spooks them. You know, like that one guy who was saying, please be quiet, it fucks with me. Basically, they treat people like horses. If you make a sudden noise, you'll spook them. So instead of clapping, they all wave their hands like they're at a fucking baseball game. Have you ever seen like a drunken, broken wave in like inning 7? That's what this convention looks like. But because nobody ever gives a vocal cue that you've said something amazing, it'd be like going to a comedy club and nobody laughs at the punchline. But they're not doing that because they think you're unfunny. They're just doing it because it's like a policy. Imagine how nerve-wracking that is. So you get all these people that go up to the mic to give these grandiose speeches about inclusivity and diversity, and it's dead fucking silent. That's got to be unnerving. Because you don't know. You don't know if they agree with you or not. Because nobody can speak. They're not allowed to. They might spook the commie horses.
Okay.
I just want to say to Madam Chair that two comrades, both a person of color and a woman, was talking, and people were having discussion while they were talking. It's completely disrespectful, and a lot of our folks with disabilities have asked multiple times the last 2 days, for folks to contain their conversations to ensure that folks are able to accurately get the information from our other comrades to make democracy work here. So
excuse me, Madam Speaker, there's a transsexual black midget in a wheelchair in the background, and they were just screeching. They're not able to speak because their vocal cords were cut when their parents tried to murder them after seeing what they looked like when they were born. They were screeching in the background, and I think it was some beautiful poetry of theirs. But you all were making noise, and we couldn't hear what they had to say. All right, remember, progressive stag. I need you all to be silent when our lovely disabled black transsexual midget in the wheelchair with the ripped out vocal cords screeches at you. Power to the people, comrade.
Please, 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 keep our voices silent so that our comrades can talk and our comrades can understand what we are trying to push forth in this convention.
Hi, James Jackson, Sacramento DSA, he, him. I have already asked people.
By the way, I know you've seen the first clip of the guy spurging out saying, please be quiet. This is him again. He got so mad he came to the mic a second time to chastise them for making noise.
To be mindful of the chatter of their comrades who are sensitive to sensory overload. And that goes double for the heckling and the hissing. It is also triggering to my anxiety. Like, the be comradely isn't just for, like, you know, let's keep things civil or whatever. It's so that people aren't going to get triggered and so that it doesn't affect their performance as a delegate, okay?
I hope you took that in. This motherfucker's going up to a microphone and telling everybody, if you hiss at him, you'll trigger him. I want to know who he is so I can hiss at him on the street. Who gets triggered from hissing? First off, who hisses? I've been to conventions. I've been to presentations at conferences before for a multitude of things. I don't think I've ever encountered somebody hissing. But don't hiss at me. It's very triggering to my anxiety.
Your need to express yourself is important, but your need to express yourself should not trump or over, like, it doesn't matter. Your need to express yourself is not more important than other delegates' ability to perform. Thank you.
All right, thanks for whoever started clapping and then switched over to ASL applause. Thank you. Let's try to use.
It's a fucking kindergarten. It's amazing to me watching these commies at their convention for 2019. It really is. This is a kindergarten, and they behave like children. Do you see this? This is what I'm talking about with the wave shit. Everybody, put your hands in the air. You do the hokey pokey. Everybody ready? Ready for the hokey pokey?
All right, thanks for whoever started clapping and then switched over to ASL applause. Thank you. Let's try to use this as much as possible.
I'm Daniel Ray. I'm from Piedmont, NC. My pronouns are he, him.
This is Chance, he, him.
My name's Anthony Joel Casada. I go by he, him pronouns.
My name is Ben Fong. I'm from Phoenix CSA, he, him.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ron Joseph, pronouns he, him.
Hi, I'm Melissa, she, her pronouns, and I'm from Philly.
I am still Rachel. I am still she, they. I am still from here.
Hi, my name is David. My pronouns are hang niggers. If you could respect my pronouns at this gathering, those are my pronouns. That's what I've decided and designated myself as. Madam Chair, comrades, please address me as that. I will pay somebody next year. If they do this next year, I will pay you money to go in there and say that. I will fucking pay you money. I'll cover your dues to join this stupid organization, to go in there and tell them those are your pronouns. I want to see their reaction. I want to see them rage in a way they've never raged before. I will pay you cash. I'll buy your fucking ticket. I'll send you on a road trip to do that. Oh, everybody in chat, could you please stand? It's time for the solidarity song. Comrades, the Internationale.
So, as my comrade said, so please, if you're willing and able, please stand for the singing of the Internationale, the anthem of the left. Arise, ye prisoners of starvation. Arise, ye wretched of the earth.
Point of privilege.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I want to say, 3 times in this convention I've stood up to talk, and none of them have I gotten to. And each time that I've been in line, sorry, I'm very short. Each time that I've been in line trying to gather what I was going to say, white men have come over to tell me what points I needed to make.
Fucking white males have come up to me and said, hey, fatty, get off the mic. We can hear you huffing. One man in the hallway threw a fucking donut at my face and said, here's a substitute boyfriend, pig shit. No man wants to look at you naked. Please put some pants on. Comrades, I ask you, is this not the socialist gathering? Can I not go pantsless in here? I want you to gaze upon my thighs, my girthy gunt and my cankles, and know that this is liberation. Now please stand with me as we sing the Internationale.
I'm a leader in my chapter in New Orleans. I'm a leader in my caucus. I don't need to be told what to say. I've seen identities used as weapons in this room over and over again, and I'm tired of hearing myself spoken for. I'm tired of being told what to say by people who are wildly the majority in this room and wildly the majority in this country and feel that they have the right to dominate the political discourse. Enough. We can speak for ourselves.
This is the Asian chick I was talking about. Okay, I guarantee you the only reason she's there is to fuck the dude that plays the acoustic guitar. She looks like she hates her life. Every time they talk, she looks like she just wants to die. What is a moderately attractive person doing in the room full of fat cat ladies and autistic men? It's the only explanation I can come up with.
Hi, my name is Chandler, they, them, and as far as I know, I'm the only delegate, correct me if I'm wrong here, from Mississippi. Organizing in the Deep South is not only dangerous, but in Mississippi, poverty is not just a word, it is something that we feel deeply. And when you're trying to organize poor people, asking them to spend their last $5 on personal fundraising is not an option. And I know because some months the last $5 of my paychecks go to national.
I make no money, but I give everything to DSA.
Hi, my name's Becca, and I use they, them pronouns. I'm from Pittsburgh, and on Monday, I lost my job, ending the first period of financial stability I've ever had in my life.
Oh, are you telling me that the socialist gathering is full of people that don't have jobs and make no money? Who saw that coming? Hi, my name's Becca, and I got fired from the McDonald's because I didn't want to sit in the wagey cagey anymore. I found it dehumanizing. My former friend plays with these online altcoins, and he's a millionaire now. And yesterday, he drove by my workplace in his Lambo, and he spit in my face. And it was really depressing. Comrades, we need to end this. Fuck these capitalists. Fuck the bourgeoisie. Proletariat, rise up. Now, I just want to go to this is the financial portion of this. Turn that off for a second. I want to show you how bad communists/socialists are when it comes to budgeting. I don't think you're going to believe this when I show it to you. Now, I'm not sure how many people attended, but you can see the auditorium they were in. And this was at a hotel that they went to. Now, somebody had tweeted out about the cost they were spending. I'm sorry, the money they were spending on the costs associated with this. Namely, how much money they spent on food. Now, that person privated their account because other socialists started harassing them. But luckily, on the DSA website itself, it has a financial breakdown. Prepare yourselves for this. Now, if you paid close attention, you may have noticed a lot of fat women, a lot of hefty girls coming up to that mic. Well, let's look where that money went. Here's figure number one. This is the simplified convention budget that shows what it's going to cost. I want you to really, there are two things. Base total projection expense, $846,000. All right, $846,000 for a bunch of smelly hippies to get together and bitch about pronoun usage. Now look at the breakdown of cost. Notice any piece of that pie that's sticking out to you? Is there a specific percentage that grabs your attention? Could it be food listed at 44% of the $800,000 fucking budget? And it gets better. Oh, it gets better. Here's a more detailed breakdown that they offer on their website. Projected expenses for 6 meals. 6 meals, $350,000. Snacks and coffee bags, $36,000. They spent over $400,000 on food and snacks, which, by the way, blows past that percentage. They said 44%. You know, I'm going to say that cost analysis was wrong because they list a lot of food costs here. Now, the person that tweeted out about their budget said that they were getting $44 bagged lunches that consisted of, not even joking, an apple, a cookie, a salad, and a bottle of water. They were spending $44 for an apple, a cookie, a salad, and a bottle of water. 6 times for each person that attended. Now, I don't want to say that I'm a financial wizard here. I'm not an economist. But let me see if I could slash that budget a little bit. You're $400,000 on bagged lunches, commies. Now, $44 for one meal. You could have spent half of that, $20, and ordered a pizza and fed 4 people fully. A large, good old delicious pizza for $20 dues. Would have fed 4 people. Well, maybe not 4 entirely. There are a lot of fat women. But let's just say 4 for the heck of it. So if you're feeding 4 people on $20 as opposed to the, well, what is it, $40 a person? $160? That one pizza saves you $140 every meal. You could have turned that $400,000 budget expense into a $40,000 budget expense. Just feeding these fat fucks pizza, and they would have liked it. You think these tubby pieces of shit wanted to eat salad and apples? Get the fuck out of here. They would have, if they'd smelled that Domino's, they would have stampeded out of that place. How do communists spend? What you have to understand with this is they had 2 entire days where they were arguing about the budget, saying how they needed more accessibility, that they needed more features for the disabled, that they needed to accommodate people that couldn't pay their dues, saying that we have all these poor members who can't afford to join the organization. And at the convention where these poor people are telling these socialists, we don't have money to pay our dues, can you please still accept us? They're springing for $44 bagged lunches. What the fuck? No wonder this convention was so contentious. $45 a meal? Are they out of their fucking mind? Did nobody ever teach these kids how to fucking balance a budget? What the fuck? Oh, man. Fucking commies. All right, let us return to the glorious gathering of the DSA Convention 2019.
Oh my God, this is really funny to watch.
Comrades, like many of the other speakers, I too suffer from invisible disabilities. I suffer both from autism spectrum disorder and ADHD, and it is incredibly nerve-wracking for me to come up here and admit that. I'm thankful that we are at least able to have this conversation, but I rise in negation.
I love the fact that every speaker that goes up is either somebody that got fired because they're incompetent, or they claim they have invisible disabilities and they're autistic. No wonder they spend $40 on bagged lunches. The entire organization is literally retarded. Comrades, I too am autistic. Where's my $40 bagged lunch?
To this resolution because it simply does not address the question. Throwing money at this problem will not make DSA accessible. The answer lies in having real conversations about how we make it inviting, how we make it open and safe for people like me who have ADHD, who have autism, who have other invisible disabilities as well as physical disabilities to discuss their problems and understand how we achieve disability liberation. That's what is necessary here, not just more money.
What the fuck is disability liberation? Is that part of their socialist manifesto? Like, what does that entail? How do you liberate somebody from a disability? If your leg gets blown off and you've got to use crutches or a wheelchair, how do you liberate yourself from that? Oh, it's the invisible disabilities. The made-up ones. I get it. You liberate yourself from the fictitious disabilities by making people coddle you. I watched a lot of this convention footage. I didn't see one disabled person. I saw an awful lot of 20 to 30-year-old white people from the suburbs, though, claiming they get triggered if you snap at them.
While I think this is well intended and I applaud the author for his intent, it is not the solution that is necessary. And I urge you to vote no on this resolution so we can have a real conversation about real solutions to this problem. And I yield my time to the floor.
All right. Hi, my name is Sasha. I'm from San Francisco, and I use she, her pronouns. I'd also consider myself a disabled comrade with an invisible disability. And
oh my God, this bitch. Okay. This may be, maybe this is a personal thing, but I'm almost sure that a good amount of you are going to know what I'm talking about. This woman's voice, it's a really specific type of talking that a certain type of woman does that just makes me want to eat a bullet. Wow! Going full gulag on us, aren't you, buddy? If they don't have credentials, they're not a fucking person. You treat them like garbage. Scrape them like shit off your boot. Communists, my comrades, my brothers and sisters. If you see somebody and they don't have a press credential, they don't have a badge, I want you to beat them. Beat the capitalism out of them.
Especially if you claim to be from the press, you have no idea who that person is. Please do not talk to anybody who identifies themselves as a member of the press without having credentials. Don't talk to cops. Don't talk to MAGA assholes. We're almost there. But thank you. We are going to be visited tomorrow by some MAGA protesters. Is there anybody here who's done abortion clinic escort work? Awesome.
No, everybody, I bet you everybody's hand went up. I bet you when he asked that, every single hand in that place shot into the sky. How many people here have helped abort babies? All of you. I see all of you have. Well, that reminds me of a song. Hand me my acoustic guitar.
It's a very similar operation to that, right? With abortion clinic escort work, you don't want to engage with the MAGAs. You don't want to engage with them at all because the priority is getting people in and out safely without them being harassed by anybody. So by you engaging with them, you are putting danger and stress on your comrades who didn't consent to that. By all means, don't talk to cops if there are cops there for any reason at all, right? And if you do see someone talking to cops, let the marshals know.
Okay, so let me see if I got your ground rules straight. Don't make any noise, because that might spook somebody. Don't clap or point or give a thumbs up. Don't talk to people that don't have a badge. Don't talk to the police. If you see somebody talking to the police or to somebody without a badge, make sure to tell the authorities. The authorities being Mr. Acoustic Guitar and his committee. This sounds like a bad dystopian future. If you see something, say something. I thought you were anti-capitalism, anti-big government, anti-America. So why are you going with the if you see something, say something shit?
The last thing is, we have a tough job here. You have a tough job here. And the other tough thing here is making sure that everybody's voice is heard. I know that the folks up front are going to do their best to make sure everyone's voice is heard during the debates. Our marshals are going to be running microphones. They're going to be holding on to those microphones. And please, do your best to respect that and communicate with us if.
See what I say? She keeps circling him around him. I bet you on that fucking Apple laptop, she's got pictures of him playing his guitar. His scent is in the air. She's very excited. Oh, I can imagine the smell. I'm right next to him. My sexy little communist boy hasn't bathed in a week, and I want to savor the flavor.
If you need the mic held differently for you for any kind of reason, but please let them make sure that everyone has access to those. And we take it low and slow in terms of getting everybody access to those. And please let us know if you have any kinds of conflicts, any problems about mobility, any problems about finding what.
I'm going to guess there's going to be a lot of mobility problems just based on the amount of fat bitches in that room. I'm going to wager they had a lot of trouble being mobile. Excuse me, comrades? I'm not able to walk up to the microphone, being that I weigh a metric ton. My legs will snap like little twigs if I try. Have you ever seen a Lincoln log cabin? Now imagine a Lincoln log cabin made of 1,000 pieces held up by toothpicks. That's my center of gravity, comrades. Can you please bring the microphone back to me?
What you need, any problems or conflicts with other people, or anybody who you see without credentials that you think we should have our eyes on, please let us know. We are safe and we are strong because there's power in collective work, and that's exactly what we're doing here. And we're going to rely on you to make that happen. So I'm very happy to be working with you on this project. And
I listen. It does not cost $400,000 to feed these people. I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe it costs $400,000. And can I ask, what the fuck? 22% went to Solidarity Fund scholarships? So you spent, what, $150,000 on scholarships? For who? For what? I didn't even notice this. 44% on food, but if you look over on the other side, there's another snack, coffee, and care bags, 4%. So 50% of the budget went to food. 50% of the fucking budget went to feeding these people. What a joke. Oh my God. You can go to their website. Again, they have the entire cost breakdown. If you want a really good laugh, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely... Childcare only costs them $600. Food costs them $350,000. What? Security, $15,000. How do people spend this much money on food? How do you justify that? And they're still operating at a net loss. If you look at this, total expenses, including housing, over $1 million. There's no way they covered $1 million on this fucking convention. Were they charging people $500 at the door a day? How are you justifying that? Ridiculous. So that was the DSA convention. That was my little supercut of it. Again, they've taken down the videos because they were embarrassed. Because everybody rightfully made fun of them. There's only one left. A World to Win, funding the socialist future. Now, you've got to admit that's a bit on the nose, isn't it? That an organization that spent $1 million on a convention and half of the budget went to food, the only video they left up was about raising money. Of course it was. Oh, I looked into a little bit of their politics. Like, okay, what are they for? This should give you a good idea. Again, these people spent $1 million on a convention. Half of it went to food. Results are in. The NPC advisory poll closed today, and DSA members are overwhelmingly in favor of Bernie Sanders. 76% of the participants said yes. The NPC will meet March 21st for the next steps. Details coming soon. I know. I am sure the NPC... the way they use that term, and they did at the convention, the NPC will meet in March. Oh, I bet they will. I bet the NPCs are going to meet in March and endorse Bernie and then ask for $500,000 of bagged lunches, comrade. I'm sure that's what they're going to do. What a fucking joke. Oh, my God. These people, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you guys.